Good day, YouTube. It is the 9th of July, 2020. I'm going to give you a little update video. What the heck? Let's just wander around and see what needs to be done, what projects are just kind of hanging out there, what I might get done, what I might not get done. Heck, I don't know. But if some of you guys are new to the channel, this is my shop. This started out be Cooley's Dairy back in 1947 when the barn was built. None of these houses and duplexes and stuff existed at that time. This was all cow pasture, and that was the dairy barn. And this area on this side was where they brought the cows in. The milking room was in that corner, and I have turned it into my shop. This is just blocks from my house, so it's literally in walking distance. You can walk it in 10-12 minutes. You can drive it in 2 to 3 minutes. It's pretty darn nice. I get letters in the mail every month, people and companies trying to buy this property. It's about 0.36 acres right in town. It's maybe worth $1 or $2. So anyway, there's not enough money in the world to buy it from me, so there you go. What the heck would I do? Looks like I'm getting a new fence. Neighbors paying for it. They never asked me for no money. I'd glad to pay. The old fence was kind of falling down, but they're doing it. So anyway, I've got I did my fence out here in front to match that fence across the street, and I got those little metal fences I can close off my driveway and bring my dog out here and not worry about her getting out or others getting in or anything. I had moved my junk out to the end of the shed so they could work on the fence. Maybe later today I can move that stuff back. So you see the mystery machine's out, and the speaker tower #1 is out. I did a gig downtown last night. It was pretty cool. I like doing it. It's our downtown crazy days. Doing music down 1st Street in Albany, Oregon. Anyway, the tower needs a bath. The van needs a bath. I'll get those down to the car wash today and get those cleaned up because I do a car show tomorrow at a local park. Let me show you one other thing. If you watch my channel, you saw maybe the restoration of this EU3000 IS generator. I used it a couple weeks ago. Used it actually all day long. Powered my music equipment and a freezer and a couple crock pots for hot dogs and stuff for Relay for Life. It's a benefit for American Cancer Society. I volunteer for that every year, and that thing ran fantastic. Battery was dead though, so I picked up a new battery, and anyway, I got a guy that wants it, and I explained it. I just got a battery for it. It comes with it. You really don't need it. It pulls, and pull starts easily. So anyway, there you go. What else? Oh, I really wanted to get to it, but I haven't. But I got that little Honda EM 600 or 650, 600. I really want to get to that, but you know what? Things are busy right now at work and such, and I also DJ on the weekends, so sometimes I only get one day off. Sometimes I don't even get that, so I get what I can get. So I'm just giving you a little update. That's coming probably this fall, this winter. Really looking forward to getting it done. I say this all the time because I just love those things. I hoard them. I might keep that one for my vintage camper. Remember, I have that 1957 Alcan, the very early Alaskan pop-up camper out of my shop truck, my 66 F100. That'd be cool. A little more period correct. What do we got up here on the bench? I got tune-up kit for the Big Craftsman 6500 lawn garden tractor. It is a garden tractor designed to engage the ground, they say. So air filter, oil filter, spark plugs, fuel pump, etc., etc. Let's have a look at that tractor. The GS 6500 Craftsman. I have one video on this. It's a recent video, so you don't have to go back too far. The paint on it's not too good. There's rust coming up from underneath. This thing was stored outside on the Oregon coast, and the metal doesn't fare well. And the metal on these tractors isn't that great in the beginning, but the tractor is actually in pretty dang good shape. If you watch the other video, it didn't take much to get this thing back up and running. It's got a 26 horsepower Kohler twin. This has about 856 hours on it. 26 Kohler Pro. That engine runs good, it's quiet, it's powerful. The fuel pump wasn't working. I put an electric pump on it. You can see my little wires right there with the clips on them. But you know, I forgot to hook the electric fuel pump up, and I mowed my grass with this thing again, and it mowed fine without the electric fuel pump. So the stock vacuum pulse fuel pump did come back to life, but anyway, that you saw in the kit, I have a new one anyway. So we're gonna get the this thing to the car wash. I've got the trailer already hooked up to the tracker, and we're gonna load this thing up, take it to the car wash, and get the ugly off of it, and then we'll get her tuned up. I need to put a tube in the left front tire. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to do that today. But I need to get that done. I don't want someone to get this thing and it not be able to work. So anyway, we get this thing cleaned up, we'll get it tuned up, oil change, filters and all that jazz, and then I need to get this thing listed and get it down the road. So if you're interested in a big garden tractor, I mean 26 horsepower. I think the 4-day-in was like 36 horsepower, something like that. Anyway, it's a nice big machine. Thing is smooth, quiet, and cuts my grass in like 4 minutes. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so that's that one. And what the heck do we have here? Well, I'm actually not really sure what I have here at the moment. So we got that Scott's by John Deere. It's a hydro. We got this Craftsman. This is a 4500 series. It's also a hydro. One of these, the steering's not good in it, which might make it a parts machine. I haven't spent any time with these things yet. I'd like to spend a little bit of time with them and figure out if either one of these are viable to put back together. I got a couple engines with them. I set them over here. They're both 21 horse Craftsmans, singles, one cylinder. I don't know if you even have all the parts. There was a box full of parts. Haven't sorted any of this out yet. That little engine came with it also. And we got this one. This is a John Deere I purchased from a friend at kind of Wheels and Deals and Lawn and Garden Tractors, mostly vintage stuff. The guy's got a collection that will just, oh my goodness, will just spin you for a month. Anyway, I thought I would do a cosmetic restoration on this thing, and I bought this thing just after I had sold another John Deere that I had, and I just felt the need to have another John Deere. So I got my buddy Steve. I said, you want to sell me that one we were talking about the other day? He goes, yeah, come on up and get it. So I bought it. I got new wheels and tires for the front. That's all about everything I've done so far. It's a nice machine. It runs super good. It's a twin. I can't never remember. 20 horse? Yeah, 20 horse Briggs. Pretty clean under the hood. Needs a few things. Needs headlights hooked back up, stuff like that. I'm thinking it's like 450 hours or something like that. Could be wrong. But again, a nice machine. I was going to do a cosmetic restoration on it and then resell it. But the truth be known, I may just fix it up, put the tires and wheels on it, and then just sell it. I got so many other things going on. They can't sit forever, you know what I mean? And then the bus. What are we doing with the bus? I always got too many things going on, don't I? I'm working on the wiring on the bus. Not that there's wiring issues, but so this bus came with a lot of things that were electrically operated that no longer need to be operated now that it is not a passenger bus. So I've been putting things back that had been undone, that shouldn't have been, in my opinion, and then getting rid of some stuff that doesn't need to exist anymore. So I'm still fighting this rubber hinge to put that door back on. Just got that opened up because I was chasing down some wiring stuff. I got that kind of resolved. What I was trying to fix was the emergency stop on the engine, and I managed to fix that. I tore out the entryway wood and carpet. Was just very aged, and revealed the old existing treads and the kind of aluminum diamond pattern little metal siding there. I got the porch light, you call it porch light, the step light working. I have everything apart on the inside. I'm gonna make a new switch panel. I got some stainless steel for that. I got kind of everything marked. I'm working currently on getting the Jake brakes to work. So yes, this vehicle got Jake brakes added to it at some point in its life, but they don't function. That's the foot switch for them right there. So I'm sorting it out. I got all the documentation from Jake Brake and my brother-in-law and what's on the internet and so forth. I have all the manuals and wiring diagrams and stuff for the bus. So I'm just taking my time and learning as I go, making some notes, and we'll get through this. So I obviously have this cover off. Sorry, it's dark. Then I'm going to make a new switch panel for the top there. So get some new switches, and we'll get this all buttoned up. If you are new to the channel, this is July. I am going to retire at the end of the year. I work for a major electrical contractor, and on my last project, we're going to call it a career at 58 years old. At the end of the year, as soon as this project is done anyway. So I also have a surprise coming for you next week. I might tell you what I'm going for. This is my 1993 Geo Tracker. I'm a huge fan of these little vehicles. I love to drive them. This is a convertible model with an aftermarket hardtop. I can pull the hardtop off the front part there in like a minute, and we could be instant convertible. It's a 5-speed 4-wheel drive. Obviously has a hitch. Everything I really love about it. We bought this thing first off for the sole purpose to tow it behind the bus. So I have it all set up for tow bar. Don't mind my license plate. I did a little off-road excursion and decided my license plate was mounted too low. I bent it up a little bit. We'll get that fixed. I digress. So anyway, I love to drive this thing. It's pretty cool. I've had other Suzuki vehicles in the past, Suzuki-based vehicles in the past. One of the ones I had was a 4-door. It was a 98 Chevy Tracker 4-door. And it was basically equipped like this body style, and had air conditioning. This one does not have air conditioning, and I really wish that it did, but it doesn't. Also, we've talked about going on some road trips in the winter time, and my choices for wintertime travel are like my Ford Super Duty truck, and my wife claims that's a little rough riding, and to a point it is, because it's set up for hauling a camper. So I said, well, we can just take the Tracker, and she's not thrilled about this one either. It is, it's just a tad small. It's a little light, so it doesn't have that real cushy ride. But the 4-doors, they're a little heavier. They ride a little better. So I really miss the 4-door that I had, and to take our dogs with us on little adventures and be able to leave them in the car with the car running air conditioning on when we're like stopped for dinner or store or something like that. I can't do it with this, can't take the dogs. So I've been a couple of years, I've been hunting for a 4-door like what I had, or very similar to what I had. And I finally have found one, but I bought it yesterday. Made the deal on it yesterday, got some money on it anyway. Got to go get it next week, next weekend. So, and it has a bad engine, so I thought that'd be an opportunity to maybe rebuild. It's a 2.0 liter inline 4-cylinder, where these are 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder. I don't think they'd be too bad to rebuild, so I thought that'd make interesting video content, and then kind of restore that 1999 Chevy Tracker. So I'm pretty stoked to get that, because the day I sold my 4-door Chevy Tracker is the day I started regretting selling it, and I've been regretting selling it ever since. So next week, going on a road trip, we're gonna go bring back a red 99 Chevy Tracker 4-door automatic 4-wheel drive with a hitch, with air conditioning, with a bad motor. Anyway, what else we got? Well, the shop is a mess. Stuff laying everywhere. This is a Bose system, 802 Bose system. It's got the amps, crossover, subwoofer, whole thing. This unit's for sale if anybody's interested. I have it hooked up to an old mixer, so we could test run it. Anyway, got some speakers back there that are just storage. There for the second speaker tower. I got piles of stuff. I got some rack mounted equipment that's got to go in the rack in the step van, and I got new tack for the shop truck, and just stuff for selling vehicles and emptying them out, and this, that, the other. So there's just, yeah, it's a little bit of chaos. It's just so busy, work and everything. And last but not least, my collection of unfinished scooter projects. Here's the deal, guys. I have lost interest in all of these, and they're all going on the market. They all need to be sold. Starting on the left, 1959 Riverside Silver Pigeon. It's a 125 4-stroke overhead valve engine. Yep, 1959, built by Mitsubishi. Has about 5,000 original miles on it. I put new tires on it because the original tires were still on it, but they wouldn't hold air. That's going to be $1,200. Okay, I've not got it to run, so it needs some work to get it to run. It'll need a clutch. It'll need, you know, restoration. In the middle is a Cushman Trailster, about a 1960-61 model. Oh, by the way, on the Riverside, I do have the original signed-off title for that. The Cushman Trailster did not have a title for it. It has the 8-horse Husky engine. I have brand new tires for it. I was working to get it running. I never got it to run. It does have one, as I remember, it has one broke off head bolt that puts the head to the block. It will need drilled out. Other than that, it's a good little project. I think that's going to be $500 or so. Next, 1982 Honda Urban Express. This thing run and rode fine. I just kind of was going through it. I was putting LED lights and such on it. Last thing I was doing was putting the oil tank back in it. I have a brand new headlight for it. You can see it's not there, but I have it. I have a couple spokes for one of the wheels. It's missing a couple spokes. Needs to be done. The front tire's pretty weather checked. The rear one's not so bad, but it's a knobby, and who wants a knobby on a scooter? Seat upholstery is brand new. Anyway, I did a lot of stuff with it. Again, lost interest in it. I don't know. I think they're worth a bit. I'd do $500. This is a 02 Honda Reflex 250. Great little scooter. I've obviously painted it. I put one new tire on it, put new brakes on it, replaced a brake rotor, put the turn signals back on the front. Did a lot of stuff with it. It'll run and ride. I put a note on the windshield. I forgot to tighten the axle nut before I put the exhaust on. It needs to have the exhaust removed and tighten the axle nut. Okay, that's easy enough. Then it's a rider. The key for the ignition doesn't work in the ignition, and it's been changed over to a switch. The key fits the jockey box. Is the battery up enough to do anything? No, I don't think so. It is not. Anyway, brand new battery in that box right there. Has 12,000 miles on it. And the parking brake doesn't work. It's broken back in the back. You could get them online if that's important to you. Get the replacement. The cable's fine all the way to the back. It's broken in the back. The seat doesn't latch in the rear. That's that. Key does fit that. It does open. I got it all cleaned up under the seat. Could I do it one-handed? Whoa, jeez. Hey, there's one of my battery tenders. Yep, even the LED, the light in it, I've changed it to an LED. Yeah, it works good. So yeah, it's even got the carpet in there still. Let's see. Oh yeah. What am I going to take for this thing? I think it's a bargain at $1,300. But talk to me if you're interested. And then my CT70. here's the deal. I got this thing all kind of done, put back together, and it wouldn't run. I got frustrated. I set it aside, drug it back out. Turns out the brand new ignition switch that I bought doesn't work. So it needs another brand new ignition switch. The wiring harness is new. There's so many new parts in this thing. It's all new. I have a little bit taken apart. It's got a brand new seat, and I don't mean upholstery. The whole seat is new. The cover and stuff are all here. We just stick it back together. But it needs a new ignition switch. It's got a new exhaust on it. It's got a new aftermarket front fender. Rear fender's got a few pits in it, not too bad. Got new taillight lens, that kind of stuff. I've spent over $1,200 on parts on this. Even the front speedometer's new, the housing's new, the headlights new, etc., etc. I'm losing money at $1,400, but I think that's what it's worth, so $1,400 it is. That's what that one's going to be. All right, so gang, I just lost interest in all these. I like working on lawn garden tractors. I want to restore my 55 Cushman Trailster. So those are different priorities. I've got so much stuff in here that I can't work on anything, so I gotta liquidate down. So that's a priority. Let me show you one more thing I'm going to get rid of. It's a 74 Cushman Trailster Holster. It has the 18 horse air-cooled, horizontally opposed twin. I had moved this. I mean, a couple years ago. It runs and drives. It did then. It will again. I've gone through the rear brakes, put kits in them and cleaned them all up. The front one, I think I did, but it seemed like it was sticking a little bit. The master cylinder is probably an issue. Every time I seem to get in it after it sits for months and months, there's no fluid in it anymore. I can get fluid in it, and you can mess with them for a while, get them bled out, and the brakes will work. But they probably need a little bit of attention. I've even fixed the speedometer in it. So the only thing that doesn't work on it is the gas gauge. It's got LED headlights, or LED turn signals. I got a LED headlight or something for it, but I need to make a mount of some sort. Got LED taillight. The tailgate's all there. Kind of worked on the exhaust a little bit. So anyway, I had drove it out and parked it out in the grass, and at the time I was running an electric fuel pump, and I forgot to unhook the electric fuel pump, so it sat out there and pumped all day, and overfilled, just kind of spilled out. There was no regulator on it, and I went out and started it, and caught fire. So the seat, which I had just upholstered, needs to be reupholstered. It caught fire. I got it put out, and it burned up some wiring, which probably wasn't a bad deal. I've gone through the wiring. It needed straightening up anyway. It's better now than it was when I got it. But it needs carburetor gone through. I believe I got the kit for it. It cooked the governor spring on the throttle, and I replaced the spring. So I have those parts. Go with it. 74 Trailster, Holster, no title, $500. Alright guys, that's the update for now. That's just what I'm working on. Projects that are sitting around. Stuff I'd like to get rid of. And kind of working towards retirement a little bit. So gang, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out the door. We'll catch you guys on the next video.